another example. It's a lovely day, and in the morning you get up and you go outside, and you see that somebody's been fallen off a bicycle, and it looks like they're injured. Now, the brain learns to recognize injury as threat. When I've worked with soldiers and veterans, they're become more traumatized by seeing somebody injured than actually being injured themselves. So again, you go out there, you see the injury, and your stomach goes, ugh, it twists. And then you look and you see the person is probably really seriously injured. Of course, you run in to call the ambulance, but your gut goes even more tight. Now, there's a nerve that connects the brain, the back of the brain stem, with all of our organs, especially our gastrointestinal system, but also our heart and our lungs. And it's the vagus nerve. And it's the largest nerve in the body. By far, it's the largest nerve. And what many people don't realize, and actually Charles Darwin realized, is that 80% of those nerve fibers, those neurons, are afferent. They're actually relaying information from our viscera back up to our brains. So it's a way of saying what the state of our bodies are, again, feeding that back. So let's go back to that example where you see the injury, your guts twists even more, yuck. And also you feel, compassion for the person. Actually, Darwin called this nerve the pneumogastric nerve, lung gastric. And he reasoned amazingly, presciently. He reasoned that it was responsible for gut wrench and heartbreak. And so again, when that gets stuck, we continue to replay the trauma as heartbreak, as gut wrench. And so again, you see the injury, it goes down into the body. But then it gets amplified because the initial response and the reaction again is from our to our guts from our brain. But then it gets amplified because remember, 80% of those nerve fibers are sensory, so they're getting that information from our guts, sending it back up to our brains. And so it gets amplified. And so that night when we go to bed, we feel a yucky feeling in our gut. And maybe we get a momentary image of seeing the injured person. And again, then that gets amplified. And if this continues, if we're exposed to threat and helplessness, that stays as this yucky feeling, but it also starts to become a residual symptom. So, for example, the person starts having gastric reflux, or they start having digestive problems, which then become something that's often called irritable bowel syndrome. And again, these continue as symptoms. So how do you find a way to give a signal, a new signal from the guts up to the brain that says the threat is past, you can let go? And so for several years, I was working on trying to find the use of breath and sound to change that flow of bad information from the guts back up to the brain. So what I came to was again, an easy full breath, not forcing the breath, but easy full breath. And on the exhalation, make the VOO sound, and then letting that sound in the breath all the way out. And then wait for the new breath to come in filling belly and chest, and then repeat. So, and it's a little bit, the sound is a little bit difficult for Germanic cultures, but still doable. So the idea again, easy full breath. When I'm vibrating it from my belly, and I let the breath and the sound all the way out, and then wait for the breath to come in on its own, filling belly, chest. So it's both resetting the breath rhythm, but also changing the information that's coming from our guts to our brain that says we're in mortal threat, we're in mortal danger. So if you like, we can do it together. And if you're curious to just see what comes up, do you want to do that or?
Yes, I would like to. I think Zoom cuts out the sound, the low
I
sounds
know
a
it.
bit. Uh,
Yeah, I know it.
okay, but I think
Yeah.
I've heard it. Like, so what should I look for? Like a vibrating in the
Of
deep,
vibrating
like,
it in the gut. So it's ooh, so the
and
guts are going like that.
you breathe
Yeah.
in through the mouth and all the time through the mouth, right?
It doesn't matter.
Okay.
You can breathe in through the mouth or the nose, but breathing out through the mouth ooh, because you need to make the sound.
Mhm. Okay.
Okay. So I'll just sit here again. I won't be able to hear you. You won't be able to hear me very well, but I'll track you. Okay.
I just start.
Ooh. That's it. Let the breath and the sound all the way out. Good. Let the breath come in on its own, filling belly, chest, and good. That's it. Genau. Genau. So, and just notice sensations, feelings, thoughts, images, whatever comes into your awareness. To just be curious to explore.
I realized that my throat does not feel as soft as it should be. And I don't know where I have this reference value, but somehow I thought this is a little bit tough here. But in my belly, I felt vibrating warm, and it opened up a bit.
Wonderful. And that's a typical response.
Mm.
It's a typical response. So, but also feeling in the throat what you were noticing, and another sound like ah or ha. So ah. Let the mouth open and close a little bit.
Yeah, it's a
So little bit what?
so it's not so easy for me to let it vibrate, but if it works and it vibrates, you feel this. It's like a nice massage or so. It's
Oh, great. Yeah,
yeah.
yeah. Good. Again, that's a typical kind of that experience people report with, and again, the idea is to work with whatever comes up.
Mm.
Because somewhere along the line, something related to the person's trauma will almost assuredly, will almost certainly come up in doing simple exercises like this.